The White House saying that no decision has been made. I have a question for you as a CIA veteran, I guess. I mean, the fact that we even know about this, is that unusual? I mean, should we just assume that the CIA in this sort of a situation would, of course, be in there on the ground?
Well, you have to assume that the president wants the best information that he can get. And if he wants to have that information, he has to have somebody on the ground. And so, yes, I think you assume wherever there's trouble, you'll find the agency.
New changes have Facebook and LinkedIn users worried about privacy. Facebook is adding contact lists from members' smartphones to their personal accounts. Facebook insists the lists aren't publicly visible. LinkedIn is reserving the right to use members' names and photos in ads unless the member opts out.
Science fiction almost got it right. Face recognition technology has become part of daily life, but except instead of controlling security access to top secret spy facilities, the technology is being used to identify the people in that crazy picture from last weekend's beach party. It's all happening, of course, on Facebook, which has been quietly using face recognition software on every photo you upload. And today, a privacy group filed a complaint against Facebook with a government regulatory agency. Here's Nick Schifrin.
Facebook knows me. It knows my friends. It tracks what I like, where I live. It knows my sisters are Christy and Laura. But now, Facebook also knows, well, my face. Of all its 500 million users, it can recognize my face out of everyone else's. Not just mine. If you're on Facebook, Facebook can recognize your face too. Here's how. While we've been uploading more than 20 billion photos, Facebook has been making biometric fingerprints of all our mugs. And now, Facebook has a massive collection of our faces, probably the largest collection in the world. Face recognition technology has been around for a while, mostly used by police. They even scanned people walking into the Super Bowl and caught 19 criminals. The guys at Face.com in Israel showed us how Facebook's technology works. They are the largest facial recognition company online.
So this is Nick.
And once they had my photo, the computer recognized me no matter where I was, every time. On Facebook, you and 500 million other people tag each other, and that stays online forever.
There's something going on here that we didn't know about and probably didn't agree to. And that does cross the creepy line.
Mark Rotenberg runs a privacy group. Today, it filed a complaint with the Federal Trade Commission that says Facebook uses this technology without considering the risk.
There's so much that happens on Facebook that feels very open and transparent. We can see what we post on our walls. We can see the images in which we're tagged. But when it turns out that behind the curtain, Facebook is building a giant database.
Well, America's spy agencies want to read your blog posts, keep track of your Twitter updates, even check out your book reviews on Amazon. That's the lead sentence to a new article on the website of Wired magazine titled U.S. Spies Buy Stake in Firm That Monitors Blogs, Tweets. The article reveals how the investment arm of the Central Intelligence Agency has invested in a software firm called Visible Technologies that specializes in monitoring social media sites, including blogs, Flickr, YouTube, Twitter, and Amazon.
Noah Shachtman joins us here in our Firehouse studio. He broke the story. He's a contributing editor at Wired and editor of Danger Room, the magazine's national security blog. Okay, lay it out for us, Noah. What did you find?
So the CIA in 1999 set up an investment arm called In-Q-Tel that sort of makes investments in technologies that the spy agencies would like to see grow. And their latest investment is in this company called Visible, which basically takes blog posts and takes Twitter updates and takes comments on YouTube videos and sort of sorts them out and decides which people have the most weight in the blogosphere, which people are the most influential, and also filters out certain keywords, decides whether certain posts are hostile or positive. And it's basically a way for them to sort of keep track on what's going on in Twitter, on the blogs, et cetera, et cetera.
Department of Homeland Insecurity has just released documents that show that they have fleets of drones that can identify whether people are carrying weapons or not. And the drones can detect cell phone signals, of course. So if you are a targeted individual, that's one method that the drone will use to locate your position. They'll just enter your cell phone number into its database and then find out exactly where you are located. Of course, even if your cell phone is turned off, it's still geolocating. That's old news to some, old news to many, hopefully. But here we have a company that announced just published a press release explaining that their drones are equipped with facial recognition scanners. Then we have the Switchblade drone, which was awarded the best invention of 2012 by Time magazine, which is a small portable drone. This thing here is only about 24 inches long, and the wings can collapse, and it's portable, and the soldiers or the police or friends at the alphabet agencies, the CIA, FBI, NSA, etc., will take these kamikaze drones. They're essentially, literally, a kamikaze drone. The Switchblade drone flies around and it explodes when they kamikaze crash it into a target.
Anyone who's been in a major airport lately has seen those huge scanners you have to walk through. They're called terahertz scanners, and they can see under your clothes to check for guns, bombs, big boobs, whatever. They work like this. Millimeter waves are shot out at a person, and the waves that bounce back show a three-dimensional image. Clothes don't send anything back, so it's like doing a strip search without the stripping part. Obviously, civil rights organizations aren't too pleased about this, but now the same technology used in airport scanners is undergoing trials in New York City, but in a slightly different way. Instead of people walking through the scanner, they're trying out portable car-mounted devices that'll allow the police to scan people from around 15 feet away. The police commissioner hopes to soon get that up to 75 feet away. We don't know when and if this will roll out in a widespread way, but is it really better than stop and frisk? I mean, they're replacing something that's annoying and intrusive with something that's creepy and futuristic. And what's to stop some horny cop from hanging out on the street and getting an eyeful of some unsuspecting Swedish stewardess?
This is the next generation of surveillance. For the first time, we actually have permission from the government to show the basic capabilities. It is important for the public to know that some of these capabilities exist.
Engineer Yanis Antoniadis designed the new sensor, known as Argus. With 1.8 billion pixels, it's the world's highest resolution camera. Argus fits inside this pod that attaches to the belly of a UAV. But because much of the work is classified, we can't see the sensor itself.
Because we are not allowed to expose some of the pieces that make up the sensors, so you get to look at pretty plastic curtains.
Also known as Wide Area Persistent Stare, Argus is the equivalent of having up to 100 predators look at an area the size of a medium-sized city at once. This image was taken 17,500 feet above Quantico, Virginia, and covers 15 square miles.
This whole image is at a very, very fine resolution. So if we wanted to know what is going on in any spot along this image, say near this building at this intersection, we can generate a moving image that shows what's going on in the area.
Simply by touching the screen, Antoniadis has opened up a window showing a detailed area, while still maintaining the broader context.
And everything that is a moving object is being automatically tracked. The color boxes represent that the computer has recognized the moving objects. You can see individuals crossing the street. You can see individuals walking in parking lots. There's actually enough resolution to be able to see the people waving their arms or walking around, what kind of clothes they wear. And you could pick the location of where you produce these images anywhere in the entire field of view.
Antoniadis can open up to 65 windows at once and can see objects as small as 6 inches on the ground.
From even 17,500 feet, the white thing that you see flying around is a bird.
Argus streams live to the ground and also stores everything, 1 million terabytes of video a day, which is the equivalent of 5,000 hours of high-definition footage.
So you can go back and say, I would like to see what happened at this particular location 3 days, 2 hours, 4 minutes ago, and it would actually show you exactly what happened as if you were watching it live.
To create the world's highest definition camera, Antoniades needed to design a new imaging chip. But DARPA, the project's funder, wanted to move fast and keep costs down. So he borrowed technology that most people have in their pockets.
Inside this cell phone, okay, we find a tiny little camera. So if you were to take off the majority of it, you'd be left with an imaging chip. If you were to take 368 of these and make a big mosaic out of them and start shooting images, now you have Argus.
Unlike the Predator camera that limits field of view, Argus melds together video from each of its 368 chips to create a 1.8 billion pixel video stream. This makes it possible to zoom in and still see tremendous detail. Whether Argus has been deployed in the field is classified.
I'm not at liberty to discuss plans of the government, but if we had our choice, we would like Argus to be over the same area 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's not very easily achievable with manned platforms. This is where UAVs come in, and they're absolutely the perfect platform.
Argus may be mounted on an armed UAV like the Predator, a long-range platform like the giant Global Hawk, or a development craft called the Solar Eagle that may someday stay aloft for years at a time.
The U.S. Air Force right now has the ability to archive every single video that comes off of every single UAV. We're moving to an increasingly electronic society where our movements are going to be tracked.
Google has officially unveiled a secret project called Project Glass, which will overlay the web on the world around you, all in a pair of cool-looking glasses, which will just put on just like normal glasses. Created by the highly secretive Google X division, these glasses feature a metallic headband combined with a small glass screen, which sits in front of one of your eyes. The glasses will be controlled by your eyes as well as your voice, and they will even let you make video calls once connected to your phone. So if you have memories of Arnold Schwarzenegger in his massive sensory glasses in Total Recall, think again, as these babies are lightweight and style personified. So imagine you're walking down the street, pop these glasses on, and these augmented glasses promise to let you send and receive messages, view the weather, get local information, live travel updates, and much, much more. And just to show you that the Google guys aren't just teasing us with Project Glass, it's rumoured to be in production later this year.